Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and this is a new series and it's called The Complete Tale. And this isn't The Complete Tales of Blackberry Farm, isn't the new series. It's what I'm going to be reading today, but I thought that we could have a Monday every week probably where we just settle down, you relax probably before bed and listen to me reading you a storyhood classic which I used to love when I was a child. I mean, I'm a child, but when I was really little, and my dad used to read every night, and one of the ones that I used to read my dad used to read me every single night repetitively, is The Complete Tales of Blackberry Farm. I don't know if you can actually get this book anymore. I don't think so, but it's such a nice book and with such nice stories. And you know, it's nice stories before bed because it's kind on your eyes. You read them. They're not very hard stories to read per se. You can just settle down. And people my age, like 10 and above, don't really get stories read to anymore. And I think that's a shame because I love listening to stories. So yeah, this is basically me reading you stories that you wouldn't get read to otherwise. So hope you enjoy, and yeah, I will try and show you pictures when I can, and I'm going to read you the first story in the book, which is, let me find it, Postman Joe. And there's little Postman Joe, and it's like a nice little robin. So yeah, let's start. Postman Joe was a bright, cheerful little robin who lived at Blackberry Farm. The farm people called him Postman Joe because he brought them letters when there were any and told them all the news. His real name was Joe Robin. Joe Robin lived in an old kettle which someone, a long time ago, had thrown into some bushes over the wall at the bottom of the farmyard. He liked it very much, and had made it nice and cosy with bits of moss and horsehair. If he sat on the wall, he could see everything that happened at the farm, and everyone knew him where to find him. Mrs. Squirrel was very friendly with Joe because they both understood about living in trees, and Joe would often fly over to see Mrs. Squirrel and her daughter Hazel. He would tell them where he had seen a good crop of nuts, and they would tell him who had gone down the lake below the big oak tree where they lived. One morning, Mrs. Squirrel was in a great state of excitement. "You must fly up to the farm at once, Joe," she cried. "I have seen a large red animal crawling up the lane, breathing out smoke. I'm sure it must be dangerous. Go and tell Mr. and Mrs. Smiles and warn all the animals to stay at home today." So Postman Joe flew off up to the farm, and there in the yard was a large red animal. But it was not breathing out smoke now. It was standing quietly outside the farm door. Mr. Smiles, the farmer, was standing beside it, with Mrs. Smiles and Joy and Bob, their children, and they all looked very pleased. Bob saw Joe Robin fly carefully around, and he called to him, "Come and look at our new tractor, Joe. It is going to help Daddy do lots of work in the fields, and when I'm big, I'm going to learn to drive it." Joe had never seen anything like it before, and he twittered with excitement as he looked at it. "I must go and tell the others," he called, and flew off to find Ernest Owl, who knew everything. But Ernest Owl had never seen a tractor before either, and he told Joe he must fly round and make sure that all the animals knew about it, so they would not be frightened. "It is your job as postman and newsman to tell them," he hooted. "Mrs. Nibble is sure to be very upset if she sees a strange red monster puffing into the fields." So Postman Joe went down to the field to tell Mrs. Nibble first. "Don't worry, Mrs. Nibble," he said. "There is nothing to be frightened about. It is only a sort of large new animal to help Mr. Smiles in the fields. But we thought you ought to know before you met it. I'm going round to tell the others." And he flew off round the farm all day. He spent explaining about the large red animal which had come to live at Blackberry Farm, and everyone was very excited and very glad that Joe Robin had brought the news to them. Thank you, Joe, Harry the pig grunted. I don't know what we'd do without you. By evening, Joe was tired, and he was glad that he perched again on the wall beside his house. It had been a very busy day, but it had also been a good one, and he passed on his exciting news to all the animals. That was his job, and he had done it. Ernest Owl would be pleased. Ernest Owl was pleased, and he flew down late in the evening to tell him so. You've done well, Joe Robin, he hooted. Now we must just arrange a meeting to welcome this large red animal. I have written some notes, and I want you to take them round tomorrow. So the next morning, Joe Robin got out his postman's bag, put in Ernest Owl's notes, and flew off around the farm and the fields. Some of the animals could not read, so Joe Robin read aloud to little Martha the lamb, Walter Duck, and George the kitten. Come to the yard after tea to meet the large red animal, signed Ernest Owl. So after the tea, the animals gathered round the large red animal in the yard, and Joe Robin perched bravely on its chimney, which wasn't smoking. The Ernest Owl spoke out. Welcome to Blackberry Farm, large red animal, and thank you, Joe Robin, for bringing us together and telling us all about it. And Joe Robin felt he was a very important person at Blackberry Farm, and he was proud. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you want more. This is really the pilot and a taster of more stories I'll be doing. Let me know in the comment section down below what stories you want me reading. I've got loads. I've got Happy Families, Blackberry Farm, Winnie the Pooh, Wind in the Willows. There's loads. Thomas the Tank Engine even. There's quite a lot. And if you want me to do a particularly big book that hasn't got many stories in like that, I'm gonna have to split it into sections. Like if you want me to do Land of Stories or something, I'm gonna have to do like 2 chapters a week or something that's very split out, and that'll be quite a lot of weeks to find out what happens. But it'll be nice to just lay back and listen to a lovely story. So yeah, like this video if you like it, and that will let me know if you want to see more, and please subscribe for more videos. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.